Well, this is a very pleasant surprise, I'll say. I was not really prepared at all for reaching 500 subscribers as quickly as I did. I just remember waiting and like just watching my subscriber count constantly, essentially, and I guess I kind of over-prepared or I was underprepared for actually hitting it. I was just sitting there constantly watching my subscriber count rise consistently, and I was paying so much attention to that I wasn't actually prepared when I actually did hit 500 subs. So it kind of came as a little bit of a surprise, and I had to kind of rush into making a little video for it, which is what you were watching now. As per usual, when I reach a subscriber milestone, I make a brand new profile picture for it and a speed paint out of me kind of designing that profile picture. So this is kind of in line with my previous profile pictures. It's kind of got, you know, Matchstick doing his fire thing and whatever. But this one I kind of wanted to make a little bit more dramatic because obviously 500 subscribers is a big deal, and I cannot thank you guys enough for just subscribing and making my life just absolutely incredible, just that much more absolutely incredible. But yeah, so thank you very much for subscribing to me, and I mean, there's nothing much more I can say because it really just is as much my fault as it is yours. And I say my fault, I don't really, that makes it sound like it's a bad thing, but I think you guys know what I mean. But yeah, so I had to kind of rush into making this, and I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go with it at the very beginning when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. But I did eventually decide that I wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more center focused as well, because my previous ones have been more like to one side or the other as far as like the flame spout or whatever you want to call it. The previous profile pictures have been more like the flames are on the left or the flames are on the right. I wanted to kind of make this one like in the middle, just kind of a big burst of flame, and I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do that at the beginning. And I did actually make one kind of test one, I guess if you want to call it that, and it was kind of Matchstick jumping, and he had his hands like this almost, and there was like a big flame coming out of both palms into the middle and kind of colliding, almost kind of similar to what you see here, but he's doing it like upwards like that instead in this one, which I kind of like a little bit more. It takes a little bit less effort to get the perspective right on this one, and I wanted to make sure it looked at least half decent if I'm going to be using it as a profile picture until I reach 600 subs, if that ever happens. But yeah, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed my content so far, and I don't really plan on stopping, at least not anytime soon. Obviously, school is still up and running for me, and that is a little bit of a difficulty, especially with the kind of classes that I'm taking now. They're incredibly time consuming, so I'll do my best to keep the uploads regular, but just know that if they're not, that means I'm probably pretty stressed out with schoolwork. But yeah, I have very much enjoyed my YouTube journey so far. I was not really anticipating things getting this awesome just like only a year into it. You know, I was expecting reaching 500 subs, like, I don't know, like several years after starting YouTube, if at all. And so just having this happen just a little over a year, my 1-year anniversary was back in March, so it's been a few months since that, but I was not really expecting things to grow this quickly, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. But yeah, I mean, it's just, overall, I just have very much enjoyed doing what I'm doing, and I really hope that this can become somewhat of a career for me in the future, if that is ever an option. So Yeah, thank you guys so much. I mean, I don't know what else I have to say, but I do need to keep talking for about 5 more minutes. So I'll just talk about kind of what I've done with this profile picture, I guess. So obviously I do kind of what I normally do with the eyes. I do like the orange. You can see me here doing the orange pupils and then the yellow on the inside, and I blur that and it makes it kind of blend from yellow into orange. Looks kind of cool in my opinion, I don't know. But with the flames, I actually tried something different. I wanted to try something that I had kind of done in a previous, I think it was my 400 subscriber profile picture, but I had done kind of like that in that profile picture, but not to this extent. So what I've done here is I've just taken a line of the color I wanted the flames to be. I've just taken a straight line up or in whatever shape I wanted it to be, and then just taken the smudge brush and like flared it out into all these flame looking tendrils and stuff. And honestly, I really think that it works really well. And I'm not gonna say that this looks perfect as far as fire goes, but I do think it looks really good, and especially when I put in the bright purple background, it does look a lot better, in my opinion at least. But you guys can have your own opinions on that, I don't know. And then obviously I've done with the primary colors on him, like his skin color, his shirt color, and his shorts colors. I've taken those colors and made a slightly darker and slightly more desaturated version of that color. So I add a lot more gray into it and just just pull it into the gray area a little bit more, and also pull it down to make it a little bit darker. So what I've done there, I just do that, and then I put it on kind of large areas in kind of like circles and stuff and ovals, and then I blur that, and that just kind of adds a little bit of depth, a little bit of I don't really know, it adds a little bit more realism. And obviously I'm not trying to go with realism here, but it makes it look a little bit better in my opinion. It adds a little bit of variation in color. And so here you can actually see me doing that technique that I was talking about with the fire on the inside of the flames, and yeah, I think it works really well. And here you'll see me do it again on the big ball of flame, which I accidentally used the blur brush there because my muscle memory immediately went to go there. But yeah, so you can see me doing the smudging and just pulling it out into all these different shapes and stuff. And then I'll blur it because the interior of the flame doesn't need to be as defined as far as shaping goes as the exterior. So yeah, that just made it a little bit more realistic, I think. And then I started here with the lighting, and I do think a little bit of the recording got cut off at the very end, so you won't get to see me blur the shadow bits because that recording got cut off, and I'm not really sure why. But so you won't see me do the shading bits, and also the text I think got cut off as well, or me adding the text that says, you know, Aaron does art and whatever. But that's not really a big deal. That's not really something that needed to be inserted into the actual video. It's not as big of a deal as me cutting out, like, you know, adding his skin color or his or like any of the main colors of his like thing of the entire drawing. But yeah, overall I really think that this looks really good. Especially, yeah, there you have it. There you have me adding the purple background, and I really think that that adds a lot to the actual look of the flames. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's the color, and just kind of the brightness of each of the colors just kind of clashes with each other, and it sharpens the look of the flames overall, and I really think that it looks really good. So yeah, here's me adding the shadows and the just shading from what the flames would do in real life if they were, if that lighting was hitting his skin like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of it. As I said, you won't get to see me blur this, but yeah, so I will see you guys in the outro. Thank you again so much for 500 subscribers, and yeah. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my 500 subscriber special, and I have the finished product over here as per usual. But yeah, so I just want to once again thank you just so much for getting me to 500 subscribers. Honestly, I'm not sure what wording I can use to express just how appreciative I am of this 500 subscriber milestone. And I guess all I can say really is let's just keep growing. I really like the community I've been able to make on YouTube, and I really hope that I've brightened the website for you guys just a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, the only thing we can do now is to just keep going. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, leave a like on the video if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.